Good morning. I'm getting ready to get at it, but I got my family of 4. I think I've seen 5 before, but these guys come through here on a very regular basis. And I really can't see if you can see them or not, but they're pretty close. They just went over the trench. Good morning. The plan has not changed that I can think of so far, so I'm going to start by just covering this tubing up all the way to where the connections are made, so the connections aren't going to be pulling or pushing on each other. Pushing, I guess, isn't too bad, but I definitely don't want them pulling after I add dirt. So anyway, I'm going to do that. Let's fast forward, and hopefully I'll be able to pick the generator up, put it in the back of the truck, drop it down the hill, fire up the well, and there's a blue line which you can't see up there. I'm not going to make that connection until, you know, everything's rinsed out well. Hopefully it's going to rinse out up there. That's the big question. And again, the well's 250 feet deep, and right now the water table is high, so it's easy to fill at this time of year. If it turns out to be using a lot of water and the well level drops and we can't get it up there, then this tank is probably going to come into play, or something similar to this. You can see that apparently there's a certain kind of fly or gnat that wants to drink, but for some reason drinks then drowns. So I don't quite understand that. I will say that I don't think this tank is leaking below this level. It's being pretty steady. I've actually been grabbing this water to wash dishes and to flush toilets, stuff like that. So that's, I guess, kind of good news. All right, let's fast forward and hook these lines up real quick. Cover them, hook them up, get the generator down the hill, and fire up the well. Okay, this is just for the record for the future. If we ever have to dig that up. But I'm looking straight. Looks like it's only, God, it's almost right on line. Post to post, a straight line. And this fitting is going to be just about 3.5 feet away from this post. That's for the future if need be. Man, I gotta tell you, I was placing that line in the hole and that hose jumped up. You were probably on fast forward. And hit me in the side of my ear. My ear was cold. Damn. Well, I do have a larger, these are larger for the black hose, and it's threaded, but it's on a 90. I don't know if it's too cold this morning or what, but that this blue hose is not going on that fitting. I can make that work. All right. Those two look okay for now. Now we got to get this one to work with a 90. This would be a lot easier if it wasn't freezing. All right, well, that's where I missed it. All that was an extra hour and a half or whatever, and it's probably going to leak. But we'll find out fairly soon. Okay, I think it's deep enough to where it's not going to freeze. If it does freeze, we know where it's going to freeze. Okay, well, I need to leave these exposed to check for leaks. This area is done. Yeah, that valve is open, so that should start pouring water once we turn on the pump. Let's go down to the other end, see what trouble we can get into. well, I don't know if you remember, but when I first cut this blue line, I was just guesstimating, and I definitely could have been a lot longer, especially with all the extra I have. All right, let's make sure I have enough at the other end. I don't want to splice up here as well. All right, I have enough. Maybe an extra 2 feet is all, but I want to be able to see that push water. When you turn it on, of course it's, oh, there we can see it there. Okay. Oh, when I'm thinking of it, several people in my family have asked about putting the water in the top versus the bottom. I think, well, first of all, we need 2 lines if we go to the top. In the bottom, if you think of it this way, this tank is what, 9 feet diameter or so? If this tank had, let's say, a foot or so of water in it, that pressure gauge will read 1 foot of water pressure, or 1 foot of water, or 12 inches. That's an inches gauge. If I put, say, a 2-inch pipe up to the side and filled the 2-inch pipe with 1 foot of water, it would say, it would make the same exact reading as it would if this tank was full to a foot. In other words, there's no difference in water pressure with width. It's only vertical. So if we ran the pipe to the top, that means the pump has to push that many feet even when the tank's empty. Which, you know, might be a situation if the well is low and the only place we can fill it is to here, then it wouldn't fill if it filled from the top. So that's why we're going in the bottom. All right, let's hook this thing up. This one should go fairly smoothly. It's the right fittings and the right hose. Then we're gonna take the propane off the generator, pick it up, put it in the back of the truck, drive it down to the well, turn the well on, drive up here, and see if we have water. Oh, that's right, I got another thing to do here. I got to put the other nozzle in there. All right, fast forward. You know, I don't think I've actually lost glasses, reading glasses yet, but I have found these. This could be the 4th time, so I've almost lost 4. Okay. My laundry line is kind of in the way. Maybe I can get it. Fast forward. All right, let's get this in the truck. The turkeys over there. I know what they sound like now. Okay. That's right. It would come out this valve first. Whew. That hill does not get any smaller. Okay, pushing to the next valve. That's a glorious sight. Okay. Well, that's rinsing itself. Holy bald-headed eagles. There's water going into the water tank. It's above my trailer. Gravity is my friend. Oh man. Alright, let's get back down. These appear to be okay currently. So we'll keep these open for a while. No leaks allowed. No, it looks good. That's a beautiful sight. And that pressure. Well, damn. It's full already? I guess that water pump was bad for a while. I gotta try the water pump. Alright. Water pump on. Oh boy, shower felt good. The water pump I really like. It's like continuously pumping rather than pulsing, so it's pretty good. But the good news is I turned the water pump off, and even though our tank is not full, which I'm excited to see it full today and overflowing from the top, which I will get a shot of that if we can. The hot water heater turned on without the pump, and the flow was sufficient, so I don't even need the water pump. It's a backup. But right now, these are looking pretty good. And we'll fast forward. And these are looking pretty good. I think what I might try at first, because this tubing is so thick, you know, it doesn't give that much. But I know they make better worm gear clamps, hose clamps, and I will invest into those, find them online and swap those out. But I'm starting to feel like I'm done playing around with this water. Alright, fast forward. Let's see what we got here. Got my glasses. Alright. Inches of water is the black. I don't know if that's just the pressure of the water going in, or we got 10, 11, 12 inches in there. So not a whole lot. Once that fills up, I think I'm going to have a lot of pressure in the trailer. Good Lord. And one thing I haven't done is check to see if this tank leaks. That's an important one there, and it's not leaking. Alright, I'm sure this is getting boring, but I'm just going to record it. Just try to pack that in a little bit and flatten it just a tad. But this whole area, once this is done, is going to need some major form of disking or something. You're gonna be coming out. Let's see. I left my watch. I think it was 10:15 when I started. It's 11:45. It's about an hour and a half. Hour and a half. Yeah, this will be, if that pump keeps filling. This, I think I'm gonna attempt to drive up forward and kind of pack that in a little bit, and then I can use the blade to kind of smooth it out a little bit going back down the hill. You see, definitely can't blade backward up the hill, or I can't. Okay. Going uphill is a lot easier. Don't quite understand that, but anyway. So I'm gonna let the tank fill, overflow, close the valve, shorten the blue line, and then I think if going forward up there I can use the excavator to fill that in. I was gonna give that a shot. But we got a couple hours before that happens. Now what? The posts are going to go in. I got a couple bags of concrete for each post when I get to that phase. Probably have to build up around this one a little bit. I got a little shallow there. But shit, what now? I'm gonna have to start thinking about my fireplace. All right, we'll let it fill up for a while. All right, it's 2 o'clock. And we're still going up. My glasses. $38 almost. 38 inches. 38. No leak. I think we're probably somewhere around here. All right, we'll be back. Update. I can't remember, but it's on video. 2 o'clock. Was it 38? Anyway, it's like 42 right now. And I heard maybe a bubble. So if the well's getting low, I might be sending some bubbles up. Anyway, I shut the pump off to let the well recover. So I'm going to cut this and bury it. Whew. Okay, it's 4:30. That means it's had another hour to pump. question is, I mean, I thought I heard air bubble. If I heard an air bubble, that means maybe the well was down, the water was down 270 feet. If that's true, we will never need an intermediate tank, and that's really good. We'll find out eventually, but we're at 56 inches. Hang on a second. Okay, I got a tape measure. I just measured it. 56 is right there. So from an hour, we went from like here to here. That means at 5:30, I am going to probably see water coming out of this. I'm not walking up here again. I'm beat. And it's 4:30. The generator holds 6.5 gallons of fuel, of gas. It was full when I brought it down there. When I just fired it back up again at 3:30, it was about a half a tank. So, it looks like it's going to take maybe 3/4 of a tank, or we'll call it over 4, maybe 5 gallons. 4 or 5 gallons. And I just found out my estimating is very bad on storage tanks, apparently, even though I was in the water business for 13 years. But that tank, according to math, unless I measured wrong, but I'm not off by much, it's about 8 feet wide and it's 6 feet high. Maybe it's higher. But if you go by 8 feet by 6 feet, there's 7.48 gallons of water in a cubic foot. Pi r squared. So it's pi times 4 times 6, and you come up with a number. Multiply that times 7.48, and you get somewhere around 600 gallons. And I was thinking that thing was like 2,000. Man, I was way off. So anyway, I was doing about 55 gallons a week or so. So it's probably going to last about 8 to 10 weeks. Might last 8 or a couple months, because now that I have water on demand freely, I might be using it a little bit more. Okay, so that's it. We have water up there. I got pressure into the trailer, and it does run my hot water heater, which is good. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, I'm up here again. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get this. We're at, we went from what, 52 or 54 to 59 or so. So that means somewhere up in that area, but I'm not going to get the bingo card. All right.